Hi everyone, welcome to Rockstar Business World's Mentor Interviews, and I'm joined here today in Sydney, Australia by Gregg Russell. Greg, how are you doing?
Doing well, thanks, Jonathan.
Excellent, it was great to have you here. Thanks for your time. So it was through a mutual friend that we've known, I've known for many years, that put us in contact originally. So I've got some great background and knowledge about yourself, but some of our viewers might not. So if you don't mind me asking, Greg, let's start with telling us more about yourself, some of the career highlights, and also why you enjoy mentoring businesses.
Sure. So, live in Sydney, born and bred, and originally trained Bachelor of Economics and a traditional professional career path as an accountant. That worked for a while in a large professional firm up until sort of my mid-20s, and was then confronted with something I didn't expect, which was in these organisations back then, and I think still now, the pyramid structure got lost, and they sort of had a lot of top-heavy partners, managers, and then as a senior or junior coming through, the career path of trying to get to that top was really, really difficult. And so I changed career paths in my mid-20s, and instead of accounting for businesses, went out and started working in a business as their financial controller, and that was a business managing shopping centres. So it was a particular type of property management, which I really found quite interesting, and I ended up over a period of 5 to 7 years running that business as the general manager, and loved that career because instead of doing a professional career, I ended up in something that was much more exciting. And when you do that form of asset management, you're actually running, maybe 100 businesses within the shopping centre that you're understanding, as well as the physical building that it is housed in. So a lot of technical and engineering and operational issues, as well as marketing those businesses to get customers come in. So they're really, not many people get to experience them. They're very interesting. So that ticked along quite well until I was in my early 30s, and we'd built the business so well that the guy who had it sold it, and in fact came to see me to say, I need to sell it. The only person who's going to know how to do this is you. So I then spent 6 months selling that business for a very nice sum for my boss and doing myself out of a job. So then at age 32, I woke up with a professional career that plateaued, and a really enjoyable career running a business with over 100 staff, which all reported ultimately into me, and then out of work. So turned out to be great because I then decided I was going to create my own business, and that's what I did for the next 18 years up until age 50, so I'm 51 now. And then I retired at age 50 with having built businesses, sold businesses, buying all sorts of commercial and residential property, often with no money, which is a skill in itself. But then with the ultimate journey, which I didn't know at the time, but the ultimate journey of creating a passive income from my investments, which then just changed the game, which I sort of always had a goal to do, but when it happened, it was a bit of a revelation to me. So that's where I am now, and you mentioned my business partner, Paul Elliott, in the venture that we're now doing, where Paul, who is just an amazing educator and speaker from stage, I've developed this product that I ran past Paul in London 12 months ago. And it's about giving people financial education, giving them the ability to take control of their own future. Even people who are in jobs or employed or running their own business, and teaching them how to think about their business as just one part of their whole financial journey rather than being immersed just in that, right? And so we've developed a business called the Smart Millionaire, which explains people how to adopt this way of thinking and how to do a similar journey to what I've done, which is building businesses, buying properties, creating income streams, but ultimately thinking of yourself as the CEO of that whole business, which, say business owners that you've got in your Rockstar group may well think of themselves as CEO of their business, but they're actually CEO of something much bigger, which is them and their family, and that's one component. So I have multiple businesses I still own. If I thought of myself as CEO just of those businesses, that's where I'd be. But I also have other assets that really I'm CEO of this level, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
So we take a lot of enjoyment, Paul and I, out of teaching people that and that way of thinking and empowering them, and then helping them then on the detail of how to get there.
No, I mean, when Paul first mentioned it to me, I thought that is a really sensible, smart and necessary product that business owners of all shapes and sizes should be absolutely focusing on?
Yeah, well, it's interesting. I think we're at really changing times. The journey that I've taken was in a period of 20 years of just constant growth economically through Australia and through the world. And then, of course, the GFC hit. There was a bump in the road. We've then seen governments around the world overstimulate economies to try and get traction. Still not really getting there. So we're at interesting times. And the catalyst for that and for the mentoring that I do is really to give people a framework that they can be hopeful and be empowered about their own journey. And it's not just because it's nice to do, I think it's just necessary now. So I can see a time not far from now, and it's almost upon us, where what we thought would be there for us at retirement won't be there. The millennials coming through now, the next generation who want to try and get ahead, we've already priced them out of property. So, just last night I did a 2-hour one-to-one with a young couple who are earning over $250,000 a year and felt defeated because they couldn't get into this Sydney property market. Now, how desperate is that? It's just not right. And so I gave them a whole new way of thinking, reframed what they're planning then to do as their journey for the next 5-10 years. And their mindset shift was dramatic, and I get a real kick out of that.